we go.
We're live.
Live action.
I mean, I'll edit it, so like, don't worry about having to jump in without knowing what you're doing. But
We know what we're doing.
All right, so first, as we start this, I want to show people how we're filming this
yeah, I'll take a
on our
video.
truck mount. So this is, we're
You want
live.
to take a video, or you want me to just?
I got it.
He's got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
So we're using the truck mount on the dash with our magnetic shoe assembly onto the GoPro, and we're filming off the GoPro. So this is kind of a remote, on the road
Truck pod.
truck pod.
Yeah.
Truck pod. And so we are on our way currently to the great state of Missouri.
We're in the middle of what? Illinois.
So yes, in the southern part of, looks like really good hunting. I mean, we're seeing lots of good river bottoms, some decent cornfields,
Plenty of thickets.
plenty of thickets. And we're going to ATA, the ATA show. This is our second year going to the ATA show. Last year it was in the great state of Indiana, in Indianapolis. And we actually drove through Indianapolis this morning. But all this to say, this is kind of this podcast is going to be a little more like entrepreneurial, talking about the business,
Yeah.
more of a little bit behind the scenes sneak peek of kind of what we do. But all this to say, this year is like we're improving and kind of expanding our platform in terms of like the show booth that we have, and we got a lot of really cool things that we're going to be debuting at this show.
Yeah.
New products with an S. We've talked about a couple of them, but I'm personally just really excited to be traveling to a new area. We're going to be able to meet with a lot of cool people. I think this, being in a different location, it's going to be an opportunity to meet with other people. Like, certain people aren't going to travel to the ATA show in Indianapolis last year because
Right.
of the drive, etc. So this year it's going to be new, it's going to be fresh, and we're going in with a kind of a fresh slate. So
Well, we got Trav with us too. That's new.
yeah, Trav, say hey.
Hey.
He doesn't have a mic, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think like last year was our first, what I would say like first full, not even full, but our first show season. Like 2 years ago, we went to not ATA, Attack event. We did another couple trade shows, or maybe only one other one. But last year was like we put together a year of trade shows. And to your point about the booth experience and everything just being different this year, last year we took notes, we intentionally took notes after each show. Obviously each show is a little bit different than the next. I mean, ATA is not open to the public, so something you learn at ATA doesn't necessarily apply to a trade show that is open to the public. But we kind of went back to the lab, took notes, and tried to recreate or improve our booth experience for this year. And I'm excited. I mean, I think, well, first of all, I can't even believe it's been a year.
I know it's been a while.
I mean, literally where we were at as men, business owners, where the company was at 1 year ago. I mean, I just can't even believe it's been a year, but I'm excited. I'm excited to get people's feedback on some of the new products. I'm excited to see what other new products companies are bringing to the market.
yeah,
This is wild.
For those of you who do not know, the ATA stands for Archery Trade Association, and basically what it is it's a one time a year. We have a membership as a manufacturer with the ATA association, so we pay dues and fees, and then we go once a year. Everybody gets together, basically the entire archery industry. It's very similar to SHOT Show, if you're familiar with SHOT Show, which is in Vegas, I believe, every year. And that's obviously based on, hence the name SHOT Show. It's more rifle, firearms, the entire firearm industry, basically. But it's completely dedicated to archery, accessories, bows, the whole gamut, everything you could possibly imagine. It's just everybody getting together. It's a really good time to talk to one another, see the new products, kind of like what Devin was saying. But yeah, what do you think is going to be, I guess, different about this year than last year in terms of our booth, in terms of like our approach?
Well, to an extent, like last year, as perceived by everybody else, we were brand new. And obviously we'd been a little around a year or so as a company in terms of actually making products, but that was our first time at the show. And I think the biggest thing I learned was that like you being known as a brand is very regional.
Yeah.
So like we had been to some shows in Michigan, and as we started to go to more shows in Michigan, people started saying, "Oh yeah, I've heard about you. I've seen your stuff on TikTok, or I've seen whatever."
Yep.
Just going to ATA in Indianapolis last year, it was like we were dropped on a new planet. Nobody had heard about us. Our products that were our older products for us were like this brand new thing nobody had heard of. So I think that was one of the most surprising things to me, one of the biggest learning points. So I wouldn't be surprised when you talk about like this year, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same thing.
Or we get there and there's
Like we're in a brand new market, essentially. Missouri's not that close to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if we run into, like you said, people that weren't going to travel to Indianapolis that now are going to come because it's in Missouri.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there will be some people that inevitably either have used the product or have seen it somewhere. But I think most encounters will still be,
Yeah.
never heard of you before. What's Painted Arrow?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I feel like that's going to be the overwhelming thing.
Last year, that was a very common theme. It was like the Mag Pro, which is our compound bow. That's the product that
We launched the product line with.
yeah, and that's the product that wasn't necessarily new last year, but it was new to the industry because a lot
Yeah.
of people hadn't seen it.
Right. We were actually launching the Mag Pro X at the show,
Yep.
and I think we ended up being a finalist for New Product of the Year with the Mag Pro Plus, which
Right.
was our compound bow mount. So
Yeah, it'll be really interesting, like to see, like you said, what shakes out. There's always a theme that comes out of a show. I would say from both the consumer or retailer view and the manufacturer view.
yeah.
There's always like a theme kind of around a show after you get out of there and you kind of reflect on it, and
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see what this year's theme was. But yeah, this so Trav is he's not talking a lot because he doesn't have a mic, but he's going to be he's our new media coordinator, so he'll be there giving you guys live
Real time.
real time, thank you, updates like on our Instagram. This will probably launch after the actual time, but you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So Trav's going to be doing that on all the social media stuff and keeping you guys up to date. And I don't know, there's something about the end of the year, the beginning of the next, where it's like a hard reset for a lot of, people, goals, businesses, the financials restart, like everything's new. And this show really for us is like
Kicks it all off.
yeah, it's the start.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I really do. It's like a thing every year that in the last couple of years I've really looked forward to, and it's a good time to meet people and do the whole networking thing for business, and it's kind of what this is. But I just love seeing the products. Honestly, I'm a consumer at heart, and I love gear. I'm very gear driven, and this is when you learn things too. Like you hear the feedbacks, you hear the hunting stories, you hear the everything about the last year. So
I think too, you asked what I think the common theme will be. So if the theme isn't, wow, I've never heard of you guys, I think the theme might end up being, wow, like I saw you guys last year and you guys are back with all these new products.
yeah,
Like I think our goal as business owners is if you first learned about us last year and it was like, oh, here we are. This year it's like, hey, we're here to stay. Like we have staying power. We're bringing more to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we're launching at ATA and even some of the products that we launched throughout the year last year really prove that. And I'm excited to just get exposure for some of those products and get people's eyeballs on them at a larger scale.
yeah,
Because a lot of the products that we launched throughout the year, like, we put it on our social media, throw it up on our website. That's it. I mean, there's some products that we launched through the later half of the summer and into the fall even. There's no additional shows that you're going to really roll that out or get it in the hands of people. So anybody that's following you or happens to run into it on social media might end up with it.
yeah.
But I think another theme could be, a lot of these products that, again, are older products for us that we launched last year
Yep.
haven't even gotten the exposure So they're going to be perceived as and really are new products.
Right.
So I'm excited to just get some feedback from people on stuff that we just haven't had the opportunity to get feedback on yet because we haven't been to shows with them.
And on the theme of theme, you know, our whole mission, right?
Yeah.
We talk about we're gonna be revealing new products to the world,
Yep.
to the media, to, you know, on our website. We're launching a specific product, which we can talk about right now
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get this thing out tonight.
because it's gonna be live by the time that. Oh, this is gonna be out tonight.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Trav's on it.
I don't even mind teasing it a little
Tease
bit.
it
Yeah.
to our website, man.
But hold on, back to my thought. The theme of the theme, like the theme of all the products that we're releasing,
Mm-hmm.
is to help people recover more game and relive their hunt time and time again at an affordable cost.
That's
right?
the mission.
That's the whole mission. That's the theme of what we're doing. And I think, I mean, that's really what we're driven to do is we're innovators. That's what we're trying to do. I don't know if that shows or not. I hope it does. But
Yeah.
the products that we're releasing and coming out with, I mean, one of them we've already talked about, our traditional bow mount that just went live on January 1. This will be the first time that people really get to see it, touch it, feel it, see how it works, how it installs. But like, that's a world's first thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're trying to innovate and help people in many different categories.
Right.
And the product that we're kind of like talking about teasing that we're really truly launching at the ATA show, it really keeps with that same theme of exactly what we said, helping people recover more game and relive their hunt in an affordable rate. And that's something I'm personally really proud of, is the affordability,
Yeah.
because elite gear does not need to be overpriced and super expensive if it's manufactured correctly and with care. And I think that's what we're really trying to do. Like that's what our true mission and passion is, I mean, from a young age, man, can you remember, like that's a huge piece of Devin and I's relationship, is like the entrepreneurial aspect of being business owners. And I specifically remember watching Shark Tank
Oh yeah, all the time.
and just like almost, I don't know what the word is, just almost drooling over the fact that like, oh man, like why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and even in college, like I don't know if I've talked about this or not, but like I have a minor in entrepreneurial business management, and part of my degree was quite literally figuring out how to patent a product.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was very much like what I wanted to learn and
Yeah.
wanted to do, and like didn't know how I was gonna actually be able to do that, or if I was going to be able to patent a product that seems so like distant at the time. But you look at what we're doing now, I mean, we've done that.
Yeah.
We've done that in many ways. So like, it's kind of a dream really for me that we're doing this. We're launching products to the archery industry that people quite literally have never seen before.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing, and I'm proud to be wearing the name Painted Arrow on my jacket.
I think too, like when you talk about the mission, the intent is to create affordable, innovative products that allow, like you said, that allow you to relive your hunt time and time again. But specifically, like the goal is to always listen to the consumers and create products around their feedback. And so when we launched the Mag Pro initially, one of the main pieces of feedback that we got was, I love the idea. I love the idea of being able to film my hunt on a budget, but I'm not crazy about having to mount it to my bow.
Yeah.
And so with the Mag Pro Arm and some of these other products, specifically the one that we're going to launch at ATA, we're trying to take that same platform and creativity to give alternatives to filming maybe not on your bow,
Yep.
in the tree with you in one fashion or another. So all of it kind of surrounds listening to feedback, creating affordable solutions that help people get into filming their hunt in an affordable way, because we've all been there. You shoot a deer, you get down, and it the deer's never standing where you thought the deer was standing, and you end up looking for an arrow and blood in the wrong spot for 20 minutes. You're stressed out. You're certain that he was right there, and then he was actually over there.
Yep.
And so, we've proven it to ourselves multiple times, but having that footage to look back on and go, he was standing right there, and he ran past that tree, and then he jumped over that log, it just takes a lot of the guesswork out of it, and it helps you be a lot more intelligent and intentional with how you're going to take up that blood trail.
Yep.
So
a couple things came to mind when you said that. First, I want to kind of tease the product that we're going to be launching.
Yeah.
And I really don't, I mean, if this comes out tonight and people know, I really don't mind. But what we have is an accessory strap that goes around your tree.
Yep.
And what we've created and developed is an attachment for our accessory strap that is a magnetic mount. It's kind of a true second angle filming point. So it's for your GoPro. It's for any action camera that you may have, your cell phone. It's a really cool, affordable option that you can get an amazing angle on your hunts.
Yep.
And it also allows you to be hands-free if you're that guy or gal who does take your phone into the woods and is flipping through whatever. I know you take it with you. It's a really cool option to be able to be hands-free and mount electronics to, also while being able to mount your bow to a bow hook. So
Yep.
I kind of gave it all away. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of
but-
details about the actual mount itself that you kind of have to see
To understand.
To understand.
For somebody who, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
but
You're good.
For somebody who wants to film their hunt on a budget for no other reason other than recovery or to show their buddies too, like this might not be a second angle. It might be your only angle. Like you could utilize this above you in the tree, put a 360 cam on it that's going to get all of the potential angles on where that deer is going to come in.
Yep.
I just think
sick.
it could be a really cool tool for a lot of guys.
And it integrates with if you do run the bow mount, the Mag Pro Plus, it integrates
Chef's kiss.
beautifully. It integrates so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's seamless to go from that to the
And it's
mount.
lightweight. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm excited about it. Like
Yeah.
we haven't actually gotten the opportunity to really do the pitch.
right.
And when I say the pitch, like, you know,
Talk to people about it.
talk to people, to ask you questions. Like, I'm excited to learn. We've obviously done a small test group to get the product up to snuff and where it needs to be, etc. But
Right.
it's a totally different thing when you start talking with people from across the country on a large scale. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do this week. So I'm excited. I really am.
And we're just getting started. Like we've got more stuff coming. A really big product in particular that currently is slated to release this spring, but a little bit up in the air on some different test factors and so forth. But
Yep.
like this is just what you can expect. We're just going to keep innovating, even beyond innovating and launching new products. You know, we're improving existing products as well. So we're listening to feedback, and to the extent that things need to be edited and modified, that's all happening in real time.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's kind of what the goal of this was. We're about an hour out from the beautiful city of St. Louis, and kind of wanted to give you guys, as the listeners, the followers, like kind of a sneak peek, I guess, more of a real approach of like how we kind of get our mindset right, how we approach this entire industry in general. And yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different of a podcast today, but I think it's going to be valuable for the people who are following us on social media to kind of see what we do on a full scale.
we've said it before, this podcast, as much as we want it to be a valuable thing for the listeners, and when we bring topics and guests, it's a journal for us. So as business owners, entrepreneurs, like this has been a tool for us to document that come up and document the evolution of the company. So if this isn't something you're as interested in listening to, that's just fine. It's more of a diary for us to look back on at some point. So
Yes, sir. I don't know if there's anything else that we want to cover, but I don't think so. I appreciate everybody following along. Check out those live updates. If this is going live tonight, this will be beautiful. Check out there's a cop right here. We got to slow down.
I love that. Maybe we'll just end right on that one.
Yeah, we'll end on that one. Thanks everybody
we'll
for
catch you on the
listening.
next one. See ya.